Hey, everybody.
Morning again.
Morning, everybody.
Glenn, how's your deal going? Were you able to navigate through repairs?
Are you talking to me?
I was talking to you, Clint. I said, hey, were you able
to? Let me turn up the volume. Yeah, I just got off the phone with the listing agent. They're going to give us credit before the close of escrow for the termite report, or for the tenting rather, and they are going to give that to us, fortunately. So then they can even close a few days early if we want, because the seller, it's an estate sale and they need get the money out of the sale so one of the relatives can buy a prefabricated home. So that's something our favor. And the other thing is that it's just, I'm going to have to figure out how to remove the contingencies, because the loan's been approved and it appraised at the the price that we're offering for the house and all that. So, but we can talk more about it later.
Cool. Yeah, we're set for 3:15. Hey, Joey, did you get some new glasses? Those are sharp looking. You're on mute.
These are my granny glasses, like the magnifiers. Even though everything's lit up, I was going to read something, an update from the board. And so I wanted to, of course, now I got to find it again, right? Oh, there we go. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Tim, how you doing? Tim, I got your email. I sent it forward, and we could talk about it again in this also.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So we know, Tim, I guess it's just a good conversation for everyone. Tim wanted to promote a pocket listing, and we are in the midst, I brought it up a couple months ago, of getting all of our ownership groups under a single corporate broker's license so we could share them within that system. We have that broker's license set up. We just don't have the mechanism to share that yet. They're trying to put together some kind of environment for us to share, right? That's really the big ticket item.
And Joey, how many offices are in the group? I hear different numbers.
14, Tim.
14. Okay.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, it's the West Side office in Westwood, ourselves, Beverly Hills, Hollywood Hills, Los Feliz. That's on this side of the hill. Am I missing anything there? No. Then it's Studio City, Calabasas, Bakersfield, and there's a couple more up in there. Not Santa Margarita, but
Newport, La Mirada.
Then we go La Mirada. Then when we go south, it's Newport, La Mirada, Cerritos, LA Coastal. Yeah, just to name a few. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
All right. 11:05. All right. Let's get this started. After I'm going to read an update after. Tell me something good. Yeah. Anybody wake up on Saturday and feel like a weight, or like I woke up with to all the news, and just to have some not even definitive news, right? But just to have some forward progression on that kind of took a little bit of weight off of me personally, and so I feel slightly.
Yeah, I felt 1,000 pounds lighter. That's for sure.
I have access to my brain in a different way. But yeah,
Yeah, Tracy,
that would be-
1,000 pounds lighter, and now they're trying to put 10 pounds back on us, but that's okay. We can handle it.
Yeah, well, I'm
No,
gonna,
we could lose 10 pounds like that.
Yeah, we got that, girl. We got it.
I am going to resist anyone's desire to put any more weight on me. I'm really,
Yeah.
and by
Yeah.
doing that, I'm just staying away from the news as much as possible and the minutia of it, right? It's so,
Yeah, you're good, Joey.
it's so tantalizing. I want to
Mhm.
have, you know, I want to know every nuance, but it's not good. It's not, it's not humanly viable for me personally. Anything else good that anybody wants to report? Christina got a new
My escrow's
haircut.
on track.
Yes, Clint, excellent.
We might even close early, you know, but just, I don't want to jinx it. I might get some surprise, but they're giving us a credit we didn't think we would get for
Excellent.
tenting the house. So that's good.
I'm a big fan of the tortoise in that myth. You know, slow and steady wins the race, Clint. Take a deep breath and move it forward a little bit. Congratulations. And getting back to Christina's bangs, Christina's decided to go back to bangs. She hasn't had them for
20 years, but I
many.
got bangs. And I got a new assistant
And she
who
got
is going to bring some order into my chaotic life. So I'm super, super excited about that. I had my first team meeting today, which I'm super excited about because I actually have a team now. So I have a buyer's agent, Chloe Kim, who's my buyer's agent, my first buyer's agent. And I have Angelia, who is my full-time executive assistant. So I'm super excited.
Yay, that's good. Do we get a visual on that? You're gonna pop her into the frame there to say hi?
Angelia, you want to come into the frame and say hi to the office, the sales meeting?
There's plenty of room in that frame, even with your new haircut. Good morning, Angelina. Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Jelena.
Well done, Christina. Well
Take
deserved.
care of Christina. Excellent. Anybody else like to share?
I'll throw something in there since he's being
Go on,
shy. We celebrated this morning, but just again, Eric Bailey closed his first deal yesterday.
Woohoo! Congratulations, Eric Bailey.
I see his name on here. He's in here somewhere.
Where's your little face, Eric Bailey?
He's usually up front. He's being shy today when he has his moment in the sun.
I guess no comment. You know, that's the way he rolls. You know, he's a sniper. He just closes.
He's just
deals
too
and
bad now.
flies under
He's
the
too
radar.
much. Can't show his face, honey. He's too much.
You need Tracy in there to pull him out of the corner.
There he is. There's the man. He's showing up.
Congratulations on your close there, Eric. Where is he?
Thank you so much. It's exciting. I didn't want to jinx it yesterday, so I didn't say anything.
You get that close, and you know it's 99.9% of the time it's a done deal by the day before you close.
Right.
Okay. Right. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to read. I don't know if anyone reads the car updates, but you know, every once in a while I read them, and I'm going to read this one because it's not about the election as much as how elections play a part in our business, right? And this is I think this addresses. I like the point of view of this particular article. So it's just called the 2020 election special. And I'm just going to read it because it's kind of short. The election results have yet to be finalized, but there is a lot we already know about how the next few months of the housing market will play out in California. While each candidate offers a different set of policies that will impact the housing market, it is also important to note that the presidential election is largely about defining the rules of the road. How will Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac be operated? What types of governors will be appointed to the Federal Reserve? What are the tax policies that will be pursued, and how will those favor or disadvantage housing relative to other types of investments? Do we offer first-time home buyer tax credits or not? When it comes to housing, when it comes to the housing market over the short run, the trajectory has mostly already been set by the economic environment. When it comes to predicting the behavior of either prices or sales using a statistical model, the key drivers are the fundamentals of the household's personal and financial situation. Indeed, once you control for the basics, I'm sorry, let me just move this up. Indeed, once you control for the basics like, do I have a job? Are home prices rising? Has my income gone up? Did I get married? Did I get divorced? Did I have a kid? Are interest rates low? How's the economy doing? And others, the effects of a presidential election lose any predictive value. In addition, actually, Shai and I were just talking about this. In addition, there are real reasons to be optimistic about California's housing market during the remainder of 2020 and for 2021, regardless of who ends up winning the election. First, home sales continue to rise by double digits relative to 2019 levels. And our pending sales index suggests that California will maintain a 10% plus pace through at least November. Weekly closed sales remain unseasonably strong through the end of October, and our forecast calls for even more home sales in 2021, hitting the fastest pace of sales in 5 years. Home prices continue to set new records as well due to robust demand amidst interest rates that have never been lower, whether measured with requests for private showings on showingtime.com, purchase mortgage applications, or PED forms being filled out. There are many more buyers than homes available for sale. In fact, one silver lining for real estate from the current crisis is that the pandemic has made our homes valuable to us than ever, more valuable to us than ever before. Not only did our California Housing Sentiment Index, a monthly survey of roughly 1,000 Californians, show the percentage of respondents telling us that it was a good time to buy a home, hold steady. That it was a good time to buy a home, hold steady. It actually increased with the onset of the crisis. I'm sorry, I don't understand that language, but I'll move forward anyway. Since we began surveying consumers more than 30 years ago, home ownership has always been synonymous with the American dream. A majority of Californians regularly and consistently report that home ownership is either very or extremely important to them. More than half find it at least somewhat important. Even in our most recent survey and even amongst millennials and younger households. Many families are still struggling with the effects of the recession and will continue to do so. However, many others have found themselves with an increased need for housing coupled with the flexibility to be able to pursue that American dream of home ownership now that they are able to work remotely. Thus, even as political uncertainty will likely dominate the headlines for this week, the stage for housing in the rest of 2020 and the first half of 2021 has already been set. The eventual winner of the presidential election will undoubtedly put his stamp on the trajectory of US policy in the future, but for now, California is still in an environment with a gradually healing economy, low rates, lots of buyers, and not enough homes to put them in. And those facts are likely to remain true regardless of what happens this week. I thought that was important to hear. Thoughts? Anybody? Andy smiled. Andy. What did you guys think of that? Any ahas in that?
Mentioned the pent-up demand. You know, there's still a demand.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, Joey, I'll add a little bit to that as well. Keeping Current Matters, who a lot of us like to follow, they had an article that went out about a month ago, I think it was, and they were talking about, historically speaking, in an election year, sometimes there might be a bit of a lag in the month or two right around the election. But historically speaking, the year after an election is historically a really good year for real estate. So meaning that 2021 should have some wind behind its sails due to that.
Yeah, and additionally, Shai and I were also talking that the last 2 weeks has been like kind of, people have seized up a little bit. Last 2 weeks. Before that, we were doing like 15 new escrows, 15 to 20 new escrows a week. The last 2 weeks have been reduced to like under 5. And I think that's because, people were just holding their breath, no matter what side of the equation you're on. Even if it's, per this article, that the presidential election has little to or nothing to do with, short-term housing market, people's perception, it just, their future. So I think everybody just, took a deep breath and was holding it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. And historically, that's how it is every election. That month, kind of a couple weeks before, a couple weeks after, a little odd, and then it goes back to however it was. Right now, it's good.
Especially in California, where our market is still vibrant.
And Laura, you said that historically, does that historically sort of spill into the holiday season and not really pick up till January?
Well, I would say
That's the other thing.
it does taper off in this holiday season between the Jewish holidays and the other secular holidays. It gets complex. But I think that, well, what this article was saying, and I believe also, is that because of COVID, we have unseasonably high returns in our sales and our units because of the lack of what was being done previously. For us in this office, every month, the last 4 months, one after the other, has been better than the other. October was just kooky. We had, and I believe, like, basically we had 2 record months in transactions in the mid 80s, 84, 85, both those months. And this month's rolling along too with transactions. Aside from that kind of stall. So I think that the seasonality has been kind of shifted or kind of pushed out due to the COVID kind of moment.
Joey, I was going to say just a couple of thoughts I had. I don't think it's going to take very much for the market to shift away from this super strong sellers market. I think I'm noticing, and I think I mentioned this once before in a meeting, along Highland between Wilshire and Melrose, there's 5 or 6 houses for sale suddenly. I think once it really gets out to sellers, that this really is a kind of a peak. I think there could be a shift pretty quickly to a lot more inventory on the market, and possibly the passing of Prop 19 will even help that once the word gets out.
Sure.
Because that's going to allow older people to.
The question is, what's going to precipitate a large amount of sellers to get off the fence and sell, right?
Yeah.
Talking about a mass exodus from California, maybe.
Yeah.
We talking about Prop 19, maybe. None of that is proven so far. right?
Yeah.
And, you know, I think Prop 19, it's going to take a little bit for that
Yeah.
information to trickle down. You know, we're in an elite, you know, kind of information group, right? I don't know that there are many people that are looking at that as an exit strategy. Or I'm sure there's plenty of people looking at it. It's just, is there enough to make a difference to shift it from the seller's market to a buyer's market? That I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to be the factor. Yeah, I think it's going to be post-election, and you know, there's just one article after another about house values just going up and up and up, you know, and still being a seller's market. And so far, people have been kind of deaf to it, I think. But
yeah, but the number you have to look at is the units number in that. So our units that sold have been flat for the last 3 to 5 years, right? Right.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, it's kind of a joke now in retrospect. You know, like every February, March, we're preparing for this wave of listings to come on the market. You know, it's like, oh, you know, oh, people were just holding back for this. Oh, people were just holding back for this. Oh, people just holding back for this. And the wave never came, year after year. Remember, it started in like probably 2011. We're like, oh, it's going to come. It's going to come. Oh, it's going to come. It's going to come. And it just never came, right? It never, and that wave just never hit. And that constriction on the product has been, you know, has been the source of the growth, right? So let's see. All right, guys. Thank you for indulging me on that. Let's move on. Happenings this week. We're going to start with Edge check-in.
Hey everybody, do you know what a kimchi refrigerator is? Well, if you went at the morning meeting, you would know all about it. You would know everything you ever wanted to know about kimchi refrigerators to make you an expert at your next showing when you come across one. These are the kind of topics that you won't find in many other coaching programs around LA, but these are the kind of topics we get into. No, really, we have a morning check-in. It's a time to get your head on straight, get your head in the game. Sometimes we do a little mindset work. We do go over a little bit about what's going on in the market. We answer rare questions, you know, and get into weird things about like kimchi refrigerators or what's the latest word on open houses and car guidelines and all that kind of coronavirus stuff. But it's a great time to kind of get a little bit of interaction with your fellow colleagues. Get your head on right before you go out there and make some calls.
Love it. All right, then we move to, I assume that flip right into lead gen.
It does flow into lead generation. I need to get back into making, the line is open for anyone who wants to stick around, but yeah, we do lead generate together for anyone who wants to stick around and make some calls. If the phone is feeling awfully heavy and you're having trouble getting off the starting line and making your calls or doing whatever you're doing for lead generation, you can come out and hang out and work with me for a little bit.
Excellent. Social Equity Task Force, Diversity University, tomorrow and Friday from, correct me, I'm correcting myself, from 10 to 12, both Thursday and Friday, we will be doing a, I'll get it out in a second, diversity training. Okay, you will, if you take this class, we'll give you the ability to use Diversity University, the logo, and you can put it on your marketing and talk about how, you know, that is part of the principles of your business, taking this diversity training. The diversity training, again, is going to be tomorrow. I've been sending y'all 10 texts and emails. We are almost filled up, but I encourage any of you who would like, and I would encourage you, even if you did not like to take this, because we all need to evolve and grow, and it's never more relevant than it's more relevant than ever to understand the world we live in and how to navigate it in a responsible way, right?
Joy, you may not have the answer to this, but it's such an important thing. I did have a couple of people ask me, they had like a conflict, either they needed to leave a little early one of the days or they wanted to come in a little late. Will that be something that can be accommodated?
I say a little would be fine. Like I know Tracy had an issue, but I think we've overcome that issue in the time shift. Yes, listen, the optimum situation is for you to take the whole. If you're talking about like I can only make one of them and I can't make the other, that might not be worth it. But if we're talking about like I'm going to miss a half hour on this day and and such, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So the emails have gone out, the texts have gone out, there's links to the Eventbrite, go and sign up. Like I said, we have a good amount of people signed up now, but we do have slots, and it's important that it's important that you have 100% buy-in to it, right? Because there's going to be role play and real play and seminar piece to it. It'll be a quick 2 hours, and hopefully the 10 to 12 works for you guys. But just look for the email and or the texts that have gone out the last few days and click on it to the Eventbrite and sign up. I'd love to have you in there. All right.
And Joey, let me add something to that too, because and forgive me, I know a couple of you guys who were there on the task force meeting already heard me say this, but I will tell you, when the Black Lives Matter movement really had, there was a big momentum around there a couple months back. We were all kind of forced to look at ourselves, and I will tell you, me personally, like just I'd always thought of myself as like, dude, I don't know, I've been around people of all different colors and strokes and whatever sexual orientation or gender preference my whole life. But even I was forced to look at myself and be like, wow, there were some things that I had to learn, even, and I realized like, this is an ongoing thing. And I want to, I don't want to just pay lip service to this. Like I want to be a part of that and be a part of not just the status quo, but be part of the solution and continuing to help improve things. And I see this as something that's going to help me to continue to learn and grow it at a deeper level. And I'm all for that. I'm all in on this. And I know many of you guys are too. So I'm preaching to the choir, but this is a big deal. And I really hope to see everybody. I hope we pack the house and have to get them to come back another time because we can't fit everybody in. That's what I'm hoping for.
Me too, Ed.
Yep. Yeah. We'll do it again if there's an overwhelming call for it, for sure. But this is the moment, right? Don't wait for the next moment. This is the moment to really to really fill your bucket, right? To fill yourself with the necessary information to be better, right? I mean, that's the goal, right? Thank you. All right, guys. Next is yeah, mask. Yeah, everybody. You guys know we have those, right? Take advantage. Ed, do you have a coaching tip for the week?
I was just wanted to promote the diversity training tomorrow and Friday. And actually, I do want to say something that I know we've got a few new people that have come and joined our office who are fairly new. I've been trying to reach out to everybody. I know Hayden, I owe you a phone call. We do typically have a seminar on the coaching program and all the education, the options at KW Larchmont every Friday at 11. This Friday, it's not going to happen because we have the diversity training, but I'll get together with all you guys and make sure you guys are all know about the next one and get signed up to join us next Friday. And I'll be reaching out to you guys as well. If for whatever reason you're new at KW, you want to learn about coaching, you want to learn about our education options, and I haven't reached out to you, please contact me. I'll put my contact information here in the chat bar. But yeah, please reach out to me because with Tara having left, I just want to make sure no one falls in the gaps and isn't aware of what we offer. So would love to talk to you further and tell you all about it.
Thanks, Ed. All right, next is Tech Corner with Howie. Howie, are you on today? I didn't see your name on there. I think that might be a no-go for Howie. Let's move to birthdays. Mercedes Connor, Young, Marisa, Pam McMurray, Jean. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Andrea, also Joanne and Will Hayworth all have that's the cue to move forward. Andy.
Hi, everybody.
You went back to your natural state of hair. I'm like the hair police today.
I am.
Sorry.
My natural state.
I love it. It's beautiful hair.
Joey, I'm really glad that you talked about that, the changing of the tide and the election and all of that stuff. There is talk about a tax credit for first-time home buyers of $15,000. It's nothing is for certain, but for those of you that were in the business back in 2008, 2009, there were a lot of incentives for first-time home buyers, tax credits, things like that. Those don't exist at this point. There's a lot of misconception about that. There aren't first-time home buyer tax incentives or tax breaks or anything like that. There is talk, though, of this $15,000 credit, and there is even talk that it may show up on the closing statement at the closing table. It sounds really good in theory, but let's think about that because that will drive home buyers even more so, and driving more home buyers in a very short inventory environment has a really opposite effect. That drives prices even higher and higher and higher. If all of a sudden people think they're getting a $15,000 tax credit, it could be disastrous. So
yes, sellers start to work that into their value over, just like cost of sale, it's $15,000 more that the buyer gets, right? They think the seller thinks that's their money.
Yes.
And they start to tack it on to, well, they're going to get the $15,000 home credit.
Yeah. So, all signs point to rates continuing to stay low, but I think we talked about this last year. And for those of you that weren't here, there are a lot of driving factors with interest rates, and with the changing of the guards in office and so forth, that could mean potential better relations with Chinese trade deal and so forth. That all affects interest rates as well. So although they're intending to stay low for the sake of stimulating the economy and keeping the market going and so on and so forth, there are a couple of factors that we could see rates inch up just a smidge. So keep an eye on that, and I'll get you more information on that potential tax credit as it comes out and moves forward.
Thank you, Andy.
So quick question about that. I was not here or at all involved in real estate the last time there was a tax credit. Does that have an impact on a market that's priced the way ours is? Like, I would imagine in a market, a rural market where homes are $200,000 or $300,000, that can make a big difference. But it's hard to imagine it really has an.
Yeah, when $15,000 was like 10% of the purchase price, right? Yeah.
I mean, it certainly can when you're talking about the average price point of properties and average price point of homeowners. I mean, for instance, my average loan size is about 650,000, maybe a little closer to 700,000. A lot of those clients are first-time home buyers, and the conforming loan limit for Los Angeles County is 765. So when you're talking about a tax credit for first-time home buyers, it can certainly make a difference. It can make a difference whether they do it at the closing table or they do it at the end of the year when you file your taxes. That can make a big difference in somebody's net income that they file, right? And the taxes that they're paying at the end of the year. So big incentive, especially in that sort of average price point for first-time home buyers.
Great. Thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
Okay. Raha, are you here today? I'm gonna have to get on her. She's a bad girl. Clearmark, Ben, how you doing today? I know you're
good. Hey guys, how are you guys? Just wanted to add a little bit to what Andy was saying about the $10,000 credit last time. I mean, last time around, they were, basically trying to prop up the economy and get people to buy houses. So that's what happened over there, and it worked well. I mean, the business that I was in, we saw home prices kind of stabilize, even dropped a little bit after they released the tax credit, and everybody was rushing to sell their homes, before that ended, during that time. This time around, I wanted to just touch on Joey's article a little bit too. If you guys just Google 2021 forecast for the CAR, I mean, they're expecting home prices to continue to climb, not at the highest rate that we're looking at now. And even like Steve Thomas, not sure if you guys know who he is, but he's an economist. His father used to work for Remax, or had his own brokerage. And, he's thinking probably 4 to 5% increase next year in pricing as well. And again, with the low interest rates and with the demand and with the inventory that's probably gonna stay low, we're gonna have a really good year next year as well. So just talk to your people. If they want to sell, they want to buy, now they shouldn't wait, because if you think about it, let's just say, they wait till next year and their property goes up 5%. So on a $400,000 property, yeah, that's $20,000. But if they need to go buy another property that's $800,000, then that's 40 grand, and they're going to be at a net loss of $20,000. You know what I mean? So that's how you would spin it to somebody that's thinking about selling or buying right now. It's like, things are just going to continue going up, at least from what the forecasters are saying.
I think that plays into part of the inventory problem as well. During this situation with COVID, sellers may want to sell, but maybe it comes down to an issue of, once I sell, where do I go? If prices are rising the way that they are, where in the world am I going to be able to afford to buy? And so people are sitting, not listing their properties and so forth, because the options are limited.
Yeah, unless people already have a plan to leave the state, or we hear this all the time from seniors. We're like, I want to get rid of this big house, but then where do I go? And senior living facilities are not cheap. So
but since COVID, they're not very safe. I think a lot of people are going to be rethinking community living in the near future.
Well, my dad's at one, and they are so cautious. I mean, yes, there have been a case or two, but they are just on it. So they're putting lots of standards in facilities. So
sure.
Let me know when you want to talk. Period. I was on the phone at the time with one of the other executive board members for the shelter, We've been dealing with major HR issues.
You're breaking up, Rob.
I think Rob was trying to
exercise. He's on the treadmill.
maybe this is an opportunity too, to see with people looking in outer areas of LA and LA County, maybe it's an opportunity for people to buy those second homes. Maybe come up with an exit strategy if that's their long-term plan.
Yep. Yeah, Eileen just had, not a very old couple, buy a house. I guess they're, in their 40s, 50s, professionals. She's a doctor in San Luis Obispo, right? And they still have their house here. They just bought that. I get the idea is, that they will rent that out for a while, and then that's their exit strategy to move up there when they're ready to retire. I didn't see Eileen on there, but she's in there. Eileen, isn't that the basic equation for that purchase up there? No. Oh well. Anyway, let's move forward, you guys. What's next is some closings this week. Andrew Woodward, congratulations. Paul, I assume that's Andrew and Mary. Paul, you. Peter O and Day Her, congratulations. Andrew again, Tiffany and Rachel, Angela Bond, Core Group LA, Serge Tran, Red Team, and Andrew Woodward again. Andrew's apparently on fire, the Woodward team. Excellent job, you guys. New escrows, Clint on Hazard. Congratulations, Clint. LA Group on Halldale, Alex Dion on Alexandria, Tracy and Lorna on Bronson. Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you, Dahl. We also got that 465 South Holt nightmare into escrow. Yay.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was not a joke.
And that did that keep falling out?
It was a developer opportunity, and there were some restrictions on what could be developed, and people didn't want to listen, and then they'd find out, and we'd pull out, and finally we got in with somebody who understands.
Good.
What can be developed over there, and so
business with a professional.
Yeah.
Excellent. Next is closed leases. Jenny Turkson, Howard, also Tim Meinelschmidt on La Jolla, David Lubell and Craig on Maple, Tiffany, Sharon Bastomsky, all have closed leases this week. Congratulations, you guys.
Right on.
New listings. Let's get into that. All right, Stella. Stella, are you on there? You want to talk about Wilton Place? No. Keep it up there. All right, maybe not. So 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,911 square feet of beautiful. Would you call that prairie or? Yeah. Right? Prairie, is it a prairie style home? That's where I would go with it, unless it's got some craftsman elements to it, but I think for the most part, I'd call that a prairie style. Anyway, let's move on. It's beautiful.
The photos are beautiful. I saw the photos on that. It was great.
Yeah. Christina Kim, you have 3810 Wilshire Boulevard, condo.
Yeah. So it's on the 11th floor. Obviously, it's facing north view. It's one of those units that has a balcony, one of the rare ones that has an indoor balcony. And then the unique feature of this unit is that it actually has 2 point of entries into the unit. So there's one point of entry into the living room, and then there's another point of entry into the secondary bedroom. So it would be great for like a roommate system, whatever. So anyways, we've priced it extremely aggressive at 649. HOA is 681. That's one of the reasons why, but it's a full service building, 24-hour concierge, rooftop deck, pool, spa, fitness gym, all that, all the good stuff. And it's across the street from the metro. So if you've got buyers that are looking for something really close to the metro, it is one of the first high rises in Koreatown. So please call me. Showing's going to be very easy to do. So help me sell.
Walking distance to tons of food and, nightlife too.
Yeah. It's walking. I mean, the walking score can get any better than this. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. All right, let's go. Sabine has a property in West Covina, 2121 Deodar, East Deodar Avenue, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,361 square feet for $545,000. Sounds like a bargain to me. Looks like a little painting. Jim Cohn has a property on North Curson, 2027 North Curson. And that is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,400 square feet for 1.349. Stacy Hahn, one of our new agents, has a 7-unit building, 10,000 square feet on Harvard. It is, 6,650 lot size. I'm sure that's what it's supposed to say. But it's an income property at 4.65, 7 units on Harvard, prime location. And it's a newer build also. I believe Anna Kim has a 3 bedroom, 4 bath lease on Calvin for $6,500. Christina Kim has a an optional unit here in the Element.
Yeah, so it's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's south facing, so it's on the quieter side of the street, but it's got ample natural lighting. This is actually listed with day. So yeah, and then the HOA here is 479. Yes, I mean, you guys know the Element building. Please bring me a buyer. It's open for a lease as well, but preferably, obviously, we prefer to sell this if we can, but it does get leased out well. Okay.
Of course. All right. Tracy Bates and Lorna on Buckingham have a 3 bedroom, 2 bath lease, 1,571 square feet for $3,500. Also, Red Group, John Barentine, has a 3 bedroom, 2 bath on Olympic Place, 2,289 square feet for $8,499. Looks like it's a corner unit. It looks very beautiful. Antron has a condo lease for $3,750 on 1,100 Wilshire. It's 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and 1,340 square feet with a pool. And Red also has Lancashire for sale, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,480 square feet for just a smidge under $900,000. Lynn LeGlaire has a property in Altadena on Fair Oaks Avenue. It's 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,000 square foot property for $1,198,000. Red also has Granville, and that is a 2 bedroom, 3 bath unit with 1,688 square feet. That's really big for $1,887,050. 500. I'm sorry. Too many numbers. Paul Yu has a property on West 14th Street. It's a 3 bedroom, 3 bath, 2,250 square foot on what looks like a very, very large lot for $949,000. Day also has a lease on Traction, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,240 square feet for $2,950. Day Young Her, also Sale, 1234 Wilshire Boulevard. Unit there, 1 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,130 square feet for $567,000. Linda Shim has a lease in Fullerton, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,249 square feet for $2,750 per month. And Jen Stein, lower upper. Tim, do you know about the Beechwood property?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't look anything like that illustration. This is an off-market listing, pocket listing that we got. It's on Beechwood on the block between Clinton and Melrose, the end of the block. You big view of Paramount Studios. Really, really large, beautiful character duplex. The upstairs unit is 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. Downstairs unit is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. So each of the units feels pretty much like a single family home. And this is sale for $2.250 million. And
total square footage is 3,492 square feet.
Yeah, just about 3,500. And lots of parking, like parking for up to 2 big garages and parking for up to 8 behind a gated area. And a really beautiful unit. I hope anybody that's looking for a duplex or an investment property. It's also R3. So there are opportunities to build additional units on it.
Hey, Tim, are there tenants in it already?
There is a tenant downstairs, but it can be delivered vacant.
What is the downstairs income? Do you know?
It's on the low side. I think it's 3,200 because it's a family member. But the good news about that, it would be easier for that person to leave.
Perfect.
They've used the upstairs for Airbnb, like long-term, more than 30-day, but we're not marketing it as an Airbnb opportunity. It's just that just changes too much and it's too unstable. Yeah.
All right, great. Thanks, Tim.
Tim, do you want me to put the PDF in the chat bar?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was, no, that'd be great. And we will be sending out in our intranet this afternoon, all the information, the PDF about this also. But yeah, thank you. That would be great, Ed. Thank you. So you'll all get a copy this afternoon on the intranet email.
Perfect. All right. That brings us to wants and needs. What can I get for you guys? What can we help with Christina's got her hand raised. She's beautiful.
So my developer that bought the land from me last year in Koreatown, it's on Irola Place in 11th Street. What he did was he built a 4-unit duplex on there. I have to now launch to get renters in there. So it's four separate units that are going to be available for lease. They're all 3 bedroom, 3 bath, tri-level, attached garage, 2-car garage for all of them. And they're about 1,400 square feet. So brand new, like I said, box modern. So if you've got some renters out there looking in the area for something new in Koreatown or in the vicinity of, please let me know. And construction will be done in the next couple of weeks. And we should be able to launch to get tenants in there shortly starting from the month of December.
Do you have a price on those?
Okay, so we're looking in the high 3s, no more than $4,000 for them.
Okay. So if I can just build on that. So I have a couple of leases. I have a lease that we just dropped the price in Hollywood. I'm not sure why it's not going. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, built about a year ago. I just dropped it to $26.95. So I think it's a pretty good deal. 2 parking spaces included, secure building.
Multiple units?
Sorry?
It's not a single family, it's a multi-unit building.
Correct. Yeah, it's a multi-unit, but it's a really nice, really well done 2-bed, 2-bath. And yeah, we're $26.95. So definitely, if you have anybody looking, let me know. And then I just relaunched with new photos my townhome on McCadden. I also think that one's priced really well as well. It's about almost 2,400 square feet, 3-level townhome, 4-bed, 3.5 bath, and we're at 5,300.
Great. Yeah, sounds reasonable enough. All right, great. Anyone else wants, needs?
I just had a price reduction on my North Hollywood Arts District 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo on Bachman, which is so close to, you could walk to all the restaurants, theaters, everything. The reason we did it is not because my clients they don't really need the money, but we really just want to get it done. And we're below market right now. So they were like, let's do a holiday sale. And I was like, sounds good. So bring your people and send people. They're getting nervous, but honestly, it's great. So
You gotta love when your client brings up price reduction.
yeah, right. I mean, honestly, I was kind of like, are you sure? Because it really wasn't necessary. I'm getting a lot of calls on it, but I'd love to sell it to someone within our office. So it's a great roommate situation because the bedrooms are separated and both have 2 full baths. So, even if it's a single person who may need a space or a possible roommate situation on the road, investors too, they can lease in that building. So it would be a really good investment at $460. So send them my way.
Excellent. Thanks, Tracy. Anyone else wants, needs? All right. Well, I'm going to just take the moment to fill the bucket to all of you for just showing up. It's really, the last 7 months has been challenging enough, but I don't think I could have maintained my enthusiasm for showing up every day if I wasn't getting back something from you guys. And each and every one of you have really, filled my bucket. So I'm filling your bucket, okay? Share the love this week and go out and make some money, right? Got the holidays are coming up, right? Got to get those gifts.
Hey, Joey, are you gonna talk about what's gonna happen for the holidays?
Yeah, once we figure that out, we'll talk about it. We in what respect? We're not going to be able to do a holiday party this year, right? And gatherings of any kind, it just don't seem like a prudent. I'm really tempted by the very, very low cost movie theater rental, but it's still indoors, and I would feel awful if anything happened. So I just we're exploring other opportunities to celebrate with you guys or to show our appreciation for getting through this year, putting the punctuation on this year, right?
Love that, Joe. We have such a tight office, and it's just, I've worked at a bunch of other real estate. This is like my 7th brokerage, I think it is. And I've never been at one where we've got such a strong sense of community in the office, and people really looking out for each other and helping each other out. So thanks to Joey for creating this environment. It's awesome.
That's my natural state of being. I don't know how much responsibility I could take for it. It's just, yeah, right?
We love you, Joey.
I love you guys too. Thank you so much. You guys have
Yes, we do.
Great week. All right. Thanks, you guys. Take it easy. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Joey.
Bye,
See
guys.
you at diversity training.
Oh, yes. Tomorrow, sign up.
Bye, everybody.